Hey guys, what's going on? Happy Friday. How we doing? Like the shirt says, we the people like to party. Hope you guys had a great week. Before I get started, I'll tell you a little story that happened to me this last weekend. Um, I'm drinking some more Voodoo Rangers today. Um, Last weekend, my wife's cousin, her husband won 4 concert tickets. So we went down and I went to my first country concert last weekend in my entire life. At my age, first time I ever do a country show. Um, the band, sorry, the headliner's name was Co Wetzel. That was pretty good. Just kind of your generic modern day country. The first band we saw, I can't remember his name, was more like kind of that back porch acoustic type country, good old boy stuff. Um, and the one band that was the opener right before the headliner was named Shane Smith and the Saints. And I'll tell you what, those guys were really freaking good. Sort of a kind of a kind of a rock band, like kind of a hard rock, bluegrass, country mix, something. They were excellent, man. They had a fiddle player that was tremendous. Their guitar player was awesome. Great vocals. They were a really fun band. I was really, really impressed with those guys. So, but yeah, my very first country concert. It was fun. We had a good time. Um, it was different from any other show I'd ever been to. We were in a big arena, and I was like, well, that's weird because there's seats on the floor. And most concerts I go to, there's no seats on the floor. So, but yeah, it was a good time. So I just thought I'd share that first time I'd ever been to a country show. All right, so I'm going to continue with what I was doing last week. By the way, I saw everybody's comments last week. I just have not had time to go in and answer and say thank you and do all that. I'll catch up tonight when I'm uploading this one or whatever. So sorry about the late. I'm not ignoring everybody, just running out of time. You know how it goes. So this week I'm going to continue with everything I have from 1986 40th anniversary stuff. Back in 86, we're starting now with July, ended up with June. So by July of 86, I have finished my junior year of high school and I am in the summer in between my junior and senior year. And I'm 17 years old when all this music comes out. I'm probably smoking too much weed and drinking too much. I'm working at a fast food restaurant. That's the kind of life I was living at the time. So, anyway, here we go. We're going to get started on July 7th. David Lee Roth, Eat 'Em and Smile comes out. This is a very good record. It's got Yankee Rose and Tobacco Road on it. Go ahead and show everything here. There's the it's good. Is it Van Halen? No, of course not. It's not Van Halen. But still a good record and a great band. Here we go. Inner sleeve. There's your picture of the band right there. Steve Vai, Billy Sheehan, David Lee Roth, and oh boy. Boy, why can't I see that? Well, I know I can't read it because I'm old. Greg. Boy, I don't know. That's really hard to freaking read right there. To get out. Oh, I've got my glasses on. It doesn't help at all, does it? It's the lighting. That's what it is. Let's see here. Greg Bissonette? Bissonette. That sounds about right. Great record, honestly, in my opinion. Got Dave on one label on the one side, and the other side is on the Warner Brothers yellow right there. Very cool stuff. If I remember correctly, this is also produced by Templeman. Yep, produced by Ted Templeman. But yeah, Yankee Rose was a hit. Going Crazy was a hit. Tobacco Road's a remake, but still, I think was a hit also. So, yeah, Tobacco Road. Interesting story about Tobacco Road. Real quick, little sidebar. My house that I live at is on Tobacco Road, and when we looked at the house, we really wanted it. So when we left to go back home, we looked up Tobacco Road. We listened to David Lee Roth. We listened to, like, I mean, it's been done a bunch of times. That's all we listened to was the song Tobacco Road, all different genres, all different songs, all the different remakes and everything else, all the way through to kind of help the energy flow. And we ended up getting the house. So must have worked. All right. Next up, August. So we moved clear to August now, from July 7th to August 18, and Bon Jovi's Slippery When Wet. There's the back of that right there. There's your track listing. I mean, this has got You Give Love a Bad Name, Live It on a Prayer, Wanted Dead or Alive, Raise Your Hands, I Die For You, Never Say Goodbye. I mean, hit after hit after hit on this record. I was never really a huge fan. I just picked this up, this copy I just picked up probably within the last 6 months or so, sometime this year. It's good. I do enjoy it. I was never a huge fan of Bon Jovi, honestly. Just not really my style. There's the inner on there. And lyrics on both sides, so cool stuff. Not sure what year this pressing is. Black Mercury label, black vinyl. So, yeah, I just barely picked that up myself. So, also in August, without a date, you look through the list on Wikipedia and they're not sure exactly what day, but they know it was in August. So we're going to go with this one, Vinnie Vincent Invasion. This is the debut album by The Invasion. Vinnie Vincent was in Kiss and the Look It Up album, and then he formed this band afterwards. It's got The Boys Are Gonna Rock on it, which was somewhat of a hit. Let's see who's on here. Let's see, Vinnie Vincent Invasion. You got Vinnie Vincent, and of course, I think it's Dana Strum, and it's really not showing who the list is on here. I can't remember right off the top of my head. This is the first one. Mark Slaughter had not joined the band. He does that on their second album. I like this. Of course, I'm a Kiss fan. And I think Vinny's, very technical, great guitar player. And this is got all that stuff, the massive solos and just the ripping, shredding type of guitar. So I do like it, but I don't spin it that often. There's your inner sleeve, picture of the band. Dana Strum, Vinnie Vincent, Bobby Rock, and Robert Fleischman is the vocalist on this album. And there's some lyrics on the back of that. Fleischman only lasts for the one record, and the next record, so they get Mark Slaughter, and then the band breaks up, and they get a new guitar player, and they become Slaughter, with Dana Strum and Bob Rock. So, Chrysalis label. This is an OG press. So, okay, next up, also in August, unknown date, Black and Blues album, Nasty Nasty. There's a track listing on the back. Not a whole lot of hits on here. Of course, Black and Blue honestly only had the one hit, Hold On to 18, which is not on this album. But produced by Gene Simmons, and, there's Tommy Thayer right there, who joins Kiss way later. I met Tommy one time, a really nice guy. Black Blue, cool 80s rock band, honestly. Geffen Records. But yeah, that's a cool album too. I do enjoy it. But Black and Blue was never really one of those bands that was, they never really broke huge. They had the one hit, and they never, became as big as the other bands of their era. So, all right, next. All right, we're going to shift gears here. This is on September 8th. The Human League released Crash. Front, back. Nice gatefold album here. Let's see here. The Human League is mostly known for Don't You Want Me and stuff like that. This is good synth pop stuff right here. Unless you're a fan, you're probably not going to know any of the songs on here. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that stands out, but I do enjoy. I do dig that band. Kind of fun stuff there. And it's on the A&M label. This is, I don't know, I think their third album. But yeah, you know, I enjoy that. I like the earlier stuff because that's got more hits and stuff on there, you know, so. But yeah, that's a good one here. Next up on September 15th, True Stories by the Talking Heads. Cool record. Let's see here. Let me pull this out. Talking Heads. Let's see what's on here. Puzzle and Evidence. Hey Now. Radiohead. People Like Us. City of Dreams. There's the inner on that. There's a track listing right there. I bought this a couple years ago and haven't spun it a whole lot, honestly. Wild Wildlife, Radiohead, People Like Us, City of Dreams, Love for Sale, Puzzle and Evidence, Hey Now, Papa Allegra. I'm sure if I played it a little bit more, I would recognize stuff on there. But yeah, kind of, you know, so Talking Heads, that was September 15th. All right, now we're getting back more into my vein of things. Dancing Undercover by Rat comes out on the 24th of September. There's the back cover right there. Got the song track listing on here. This has got Dance, Slip of the Lip, Body Talk. Those were all hits on there. Then it's got, I mean, this is a great record. I think this is probably the last great Rat album. The two that come after this, before the breakup and everything else, they're good and they got good singles on them. It's where you get Way Cold Jr. and stuff like that. It's a little bit later, but I think this is, you know, their last great album, in my opinion. There's the inner picture of the band, which is just kind of like the front cover and like the back cover with some notes that my old eyes can't read anymore. And this is on Atlantic, old school green and orange Atlantic label. All right, so the very next day, September 25th, which is weird because I'm looking at some of these dates, like one comes on the 24th, one comes on the 25th, and I thought all music came out in the same days or whatever, but the September 25th, 1986, we are blessed with one of the greatest thrash albums of all time. This is Megadeth, Peace Sells, but who's buying? You guys know me. You can see over my shoulder. You know I'm a Megadeth fan. I'm a huge fan. I mean, this album is killer. This is great stuff. This was my introduction to Megadeth. Was the Peace Sells album. Conjuring, Devil's Island, Black Friday, Ain't Superstitious, Last Words. I mean, this album just kicks ass from start to finish. Just great early 80s thrash or mid 80s thrash. This is a repress, obviously. There's the inner sleeve. It's got lyrics, cool picture of Vic on there. And it's on Capitol Records. This one is remastered and all that. But I mean, I could talk about that album all day long. I love that record. You know, so. All right, then September 29th, Iron Maiden gives us Somewhere in Time. This is a follow-up to Power Slave. So this would have been their sixth album. There's the back of it right there. Very, very cool cover. All kinds of cool stuff on here. Somewhere in Time, Waste of Years, Sea of Madness, Heaven Can Wait, Loneliness of Long Distance Runner, Stranger in a Strange Land, Deja Vu, and Alexander the Great. 8 songs, killer stuff. Just, it's Maiden in their heyday. It really is. It's just, they were really in the groove at that point in time. There's the inner on this. Got lyrics on the other side. And this is obvious. This is also a repress. And like I said, I'm not looking up the years of when these presses come out, but I mean, somewhere in time, and that's such a good record. The follow up to Power Slave was so good. I mean, Maiden was on a tear when they were doing that. You had before that, you had Power Slave. Before that's Peace of Mind and Number of the Beast. I mean, those albums all together, you know, let's face it, from the beginning all the way through. The Maiden and Killers, I mean, just great stuff. Every album just got better and better, more technical and just great stuff. All the way up to Seventh Son of the Seventh Son, which is the one after Somewhere in Time. Just, I mean, they were the perfect band for the era. And they're still out there killing it to this day. So, all right. Also in September, unknown date, Lizzie Borden, Menace to Society. This is like Generation Aliens and Notorious. And the thing with Lizzie Borden, if you know Lizzie Borden, you listen to him, you love Lizzie Borden. I love this band. This is an awesome band. Just great stuff. Severely underrated in my opinion, and I'm just super excited to have these on vinyl. I remember when I found these a few years back, I was just blown away that they were even available in the little town of Clarksville, Tennessee. Original presses too. Cool little drawing of the band on the inner sleeve. You got lyrics with the logo on the back of it. Enigma Metal Blade record label on there. Very cool stuff. I wonder if this is the one that has it or my other one that has it. One of these Borden albums I got also had the, nope, not this one. Also had the Metal Blade merch thing in there. Must be in my Master Disguise or something else. So, but I dig that. I dig that band a lot. I mean, I feel like they were severely underrated. Speaking of another underrated band, I released their debut album, right? Debut album. No, second album. Metal Church the Dark. This comes out on October 6th of 1986. And this is also another band that was underrated. Just a great band. The big hit on here is Watch the Children Pray. And The Dark. I mean, just great. Kind of a falsetto vocal, kind of a prog thrashy type of sound to them. Just a great, severely underrated band, in my opinion. Had an insert with lyrics on there, and the Elektra paper inner sleeve, and was on black vinyl. Picked that up within the last year. I was so excited when I saw a Metal Church album in my local record store. I was like, holy crap, I'm going to have to buy that. All right, October 13th. Berlin, Count 3 and Pray. This is the one that's got Take My Breath Away on it. There's your back, and there's your track listing right there. Another synth poppy type of British invasion type of music. Very cool stuff on here. There's the inner sleeve, pictures of the band on there. I really enjoy this record. I really enjoy all Berlin albums, honestly. I do enjoy that. When I'm in the mood for that type of stuff, I'll go to them or the Human League most of the time. When I'm in the mood for that synth pop type of sound, I go for the Human League in Berlin more than anybody else. It seems like that or the Fix. One thing I was looking on the list, this album also has the song Take My Breath Away, which was in the Top Gun soundtrack, was the #1 song of the year. And according to the Billboard and all that. So the most popular song out of everything I've shown so far of the year, the most popular single is off of this album right here, and that is Take My Breath Away by Berlin. All right. Then October 20th happens. Satan comes to the surface, and Slayer releases Rain and Blood. Arguably, probably the best thrash metal album of all time. 29 minutes of pure terror, just speed and screams and fast and just lyrical content that is dark and bloody and gross, and it just kicks ass from the second you drop the needle till it's over. Angel of Death, Piece by Piece, Altar of Sacrifice. I mean, these songs are killer, great stuff. Rain and Blood, produced by Rick Rubin. This is just, I mean, as a thrash, if you watch it, if you see any list about top thrash albums, number 1, 2, and 3 is always going to be either this one, or it's going to be Metallica's Master of Puppets, or it's going to be Rust in Peace by Megadeth. And depending on which list you look at, one of those 3 albums is going to be number 1. And I go back and forth because you know me, I'm a Megadeth fan. I can see where Rust in Peace is, but this is just pure, brutal, fast thrash metal. Just excellent, excellent stuff. There's the insert. I remember having Rain and Blood on cassette back in the day. I had never had it on vinyl until I bought this copy. This is a repress. And there's the label on there. On the cassette, the whole album's on one side, and you flip it over to side 2 and just listen to the whole album again. And every time we spun Rain and Blood or played it on the tape player, you always just listen to both sides. They said side 1 and side 2, but every song was on one side. And you flipped it over and you just replayed it. So that's how, I mean, that album still sounds fresh to this day, in my opinion. All right, November 15th, Beastie Boys, License to Ill. Gatefold, I'll open that up that way. There's the guys on the inside right there. This is, Fight for Your Right to Party is on there. Let me see if there's, oh, hey, look, I didn't pull the inner out. Def Jams. There's that. Inner sleeve there. See, make sure there's nothing else in there. On a kind of a clear white vinyl on there. Girls is on here also, which was another radio hit, and No Sleep Till Brooklyn. Yeah, No Sleep Till Brooklyn, Paul Revere, Hold It Now, Brass Monkey, Slow and Low, Time to Get Ill. Sorry, that was side 2. Side 1, Rhyme and Stealth, The New Style, She's Crafty, Posse and Effect, Slow Ride, Girls, and Fight for Your Right. So lots of hits on this record. Debut album, just great stuff. Beastie Boys crossed over as a punkish hip-hop band style or whatever. They crossed over into the hard rock fans also. So, yeah, they did pretty well for themselves over the years. That is for sure. And finally, December 8th, Tesla releases Mechanical Resonance. This is their debut album, and this album is nothing but bangers all the way through. Easy Come, Easy Go, Coming at You Live, Getting Better. The Late for Love, Rock Me to the Top, We're No Good Together, Modern Day Cowboy, Changes, Little Susie, Love Me, Cover Queen, and Before My Eyes. This album had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 10 songs that were radio hits. They blew up. I remember the first time I heard Tesla, MTV, the video for Modern Day Cowboy comes on, and I was like, man, these guys are awesome. This is a great album that I love, and I never spin it enough. It's like I forget I have it, and I just picked up Great Radio Controversy. I know I just showed that, so I've kind of been getting more back into that, and I'm going to spin this today because I pulled this out to show, and I'm like, yeah, that's definitely getting played for sure. There's the inner on that. And that was also on Geffen Records. And honestly, this is in really good shape because this is oh gee, yeah, from 1986. Yes. When I got this, I was surprised about the condition it was in, and it still had the inner and sounds awesome. So, all right, so that takes us all the way to the end of 1986. Everything I've shown in the last 2 weeks is 40 years old. And like I said, so I was 17 at the time, so you can figure that out. And yeah, nothing like feeling old. But you want to feel young? Spin some of these records. It'll make you feel younger. It always helps with me all the time, every single time. So I appreciate y'all stopping by, guys. That's not going down as well as I thought it was going to. I guess I'll just have to go faster. Appreciate y'all stopping by. This one was a little bit longer than normal, but I do appreciate it. Thanks all for tuning in and everything, and I'll talk to y'all next week, man. Have a great one.